Okay, welcome back to another J Creates fall decor project. This is going to be another quick, simple, easy scrap wood project that you can make and probably sell. I may try to sell a few, but for now we're just going to make one more of these. I got a little decoration here. So this is a scrap wood project, like I said. I had some leftover fence picket from making the planter boxes, and you can check out that planter box video here. So it's just 3 pieces. They're not all the same size. You can make them all the same size. You can make them different sizes. You can make as big or as short as you want. I got 3 pieces of fence picket here. So all I did was use some wood glue and some brad nails on the back. I got about an inch or inch and a half space between the pieces, and you can put them right up against each other. You can make it wider, however you want to do it. I cut another piece for the stem here. I probably should have went a little bit taller on the stem so I could add my fancy decoration, but maybe on the next one I'll go a little bit taller on this. When I say taller, all you got to do is move the piece up. So I used an indoor-outdoor spray paint. And you can paint it orange, you can paint it white, gray, or purple if you want. It doesn't matter. This will be a nice DIY project for the home, or a project that you can build and batch out and sell on Etsy or Marketplace or somewhere else. But today we're going to build one of these. It's going to be quick and easy. But before we build it, if you want to check out how to make these pumpkins, there'll be links down below or somewhere. Go ahead and check it out, and let's get started on this one right now. So, yes, this is a scrap wood project. This doesn't look like scrap wood, but it is. And I'll tell you in a minute. So I got a piece here. So this one's kind of cracked down the middle here, but it's not all the way through. It's still going to be usable. This piece is about 20 inches. So we're going to square that off. And this doesn't have the dog ears on it or the 45s. So this must have been like a middle piece of it. This technically isn't scrap, but it is scrap because it's split pretty much all the way up to about here somewhere. So we're going to try to salvage some of this and make this pumpkin. Again, you can make this pumpkin out of fence pickets. This is the yellow pine fence pickets, $2 at the big box store. You can get cedar pickets. You can use 1x material. You can use 2x4s. You can use whatever you want. Whatever you have for scrap wood. You can use some good walnut, make them real fancy. This is just going to be a scrap project, so let me get started instead of rambling. So this one here, the tall one, is 16 inches. Then we have 13 and a half and 12 and 3/4-ish. All right, so we're going to kind of stick with that. So make this one 16 inches. And I don't have a pencil. And since the crack on this one hasn't gone all the way through, we should be able to use it without a problem. And these are supposed to be rustic style. So we're going to cut this at 16. And then we're going to get our mask on. Now let me tell you what we're going to do first. So we got that cut at 16. We're going to leave the bottom flat. And we'll use it this way. We'll put the crack in the back. The crack in the back. Then we're going to 45 each corner. And then we're going to cut 2 more random sized pieces out of here and do the same thing. So I just have like a little pencil mark here. I just drew it on with pencil, and I just put the board there, flip it over, do it again. That way, see, I don't have to measure it out. So this one, like I said, is split. So like I said, this one is split most of the way up. It kind of stops like right around halfway. But on the other side, it kind of goes a little further. But I think we can get what we need and maybe just use a little bit of that cracked end. So I'm going to measure this out. So I'm going to stick with let's do a 13.5, and then we'll do a 12. So I'll give it an 1.5 inch difference. And you don't have to be super precise on your measurements, right? This is supposed to be rustic. They're gonna be 3 different sizes. Whether you're off a 1/8 of an inch or not, it doesn't really matter. So let me go ahead and throw the dog ears on here. Throw them on. No. And I'm gonna do all 4 corners just to make it easier. Sorry guys, just on one side of this. All right. Now we have those cut. Now we can go ahead and assemble it. And we're gonna do that kind of right now. I need another table. I don't know. Let's assemble this one outside. We will assemble that, I promise, right after we cut the stem. And I'm just going to use this scrap piece to cut the stem. It doesn't have to be anything major. So this already has a 45 on it. So I'm just going to cut the 45 off essentially, right? I'm going to square this off and we'll use the 45 cut as the pumpkin stem. Now we can go to assembly. All right, well, what do you need to assemble this? You need your brad nailer. I got like 1.5 inch or 1.25 inch nails in there. You need the stem. And you got your 3 boards, and I have a spacer. So this is 1.5 inch. So this is gonna be our front. Okay, we're gonna put the crack in the back. All right, so we're gonna assemble this upside down. All right, so since we dog-eared all the corners, we don't have to worry about which corner goes where. Right, you just pick whichever way you want them to look. Yeah, let's make this the front. And this one doesn't really matter. Both sides kind of look the same. So I put my spacer in here, and then just kind of flush everything up together, especially in the bottom. So you got your spacer there, and then you could put your wood glue on either side of the spacer. So I'm going to put my wood glue on both sides at the same time, and you don't have to spread it out. It's going to get spread out when you put the other pieces on top. Just put your board on, flush it up to the bottom, and then put some nails in. Yeah, you probably don't need that many brad nails, but I like to just put a few extra in there. That way I know it's not going to come apart easily. Along with the wood glue, and everything should be perfect. Alright, so there you have the basics of the pumpkin, right? Now we need the stem. Now on this one, I made the stem the same way, right? I just took an angled cut, but I think I went a little too low with it. So we're gonna come up a little higher. So we have a little bit more to put some decorations on or paint. And you can angle it, you can go straight. I'm gonna angle it kind of like that. Same thing, we're just gonna put some wood glue. I'm gonna put the glue on the piece. I'm gonna angle it. Then we're gonna put a few nails in it. All right, there you go. There's your assembled pumpkin. So you got wood glue, nails, brad nails, 3 pieces, 3 different sizes, and then an angled piece for your stem. So now we have to paint it. Time for paint, right? So I just took some painter's tape and just kind of covered this area up, so when I come at this stem with the brown, that I just don't get any on the pumpkin itself, right? So for the paint, I'm using This is indoor-outdoor paint, so you can put these outside, and they are the outdoor fence pickets. So this is warm caramel, and I'm using rustic orange for the pumpkin. Well, I'm going to do the top. I'm going to do the brown. Just, you don't have to be like Picasso or anybody here for painting this, but just give it a good layer of paint. The edges. Anything you can be seen, make sure you hit with paint. There you go. It's all painted. Still a little bit wet, so I'm not going to touch it too much. But if you take a look at the other one, it's pretty much the same thing, right? Kept the measurements almost the same. This one I think is a different color orange. This is that bright, more glossy type orange. This is the flat rustic orange. You can decorate it however you want. You can put some stenciling on there, some lettering. You can draw faces on them. You can paint faces on them. You can leave them just as they are. You can make them orange. You can make them white. You can make them brown, gray, whatever color. I think I'm just going to stick with the little twine at the top when it comes to decorating these. Gives it that rustic yet classic kind of feel. So thanks for joining me again on another quick and easy fall decor home project or fall home decor project. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff, and catch you on the next one. Thanks.